If I got to know that, yes, I'm actually broken, when when I was giving, after giving birth to my first child, you go and watch the full story. Yeah, after giving birth to my first child, when I came back to Kampala and I found when the father of my child had left the house, I was in the house alone with a 2 weeks old child. I'd lost a baby. So I looked at my life. I'm someone who had grown up outstanding in so many areas. I was a role model for many. So when I looked at myself in a house alone with a baby with no source of income, because he had told me he's going to he's going to provide, but what he would manage, and he had told me how much he could manage. So I looked at my life and I was like, how did I end up here?
Welcome to the Love Hub. Meanwhile, welcome to the Love Hub again. Hi, Love Hub. You are welcome to a safe space. We are going to talk reality. When we heal, what happens after? Or how can we know that we were hurting then, and now the life that you're going to live is going to be different? By the way, one thing that I've realized is that when someone heals, they don't get to the healing side. You know, like how you were hurt here and then you shift and you're like, let me go in the healing part. What happens in the healing section? What am I going to do in that time? They are in the healing section, but they are always still picking up on the things that were hurting them, because that is what they know for sure. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
This good girl here is called Arinda Slyvia. Oh God, now I called you Slyvia. Officially back home.
Hey, I'm
Slyvia.
glad to be back.
Yeah. I'm happy you are here. You're doing fine. The last time you were here, you didn't have a book. You just had a story.
Yeah,
And now
no,
the
I think
story is...
I had written, but I had not yet published it.
You didn't talk about it. So for me, the first time I hosted you, Slyvia, the first time I hosted you, you didn't have anything in writing.
Okay.
But now imagine she has something in writing. So those who had the story would want to have a copy. It is right here at 50,000.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one. I'm going to get one for myself and read it. I cannot. And other books and other more books. You can actually shortly speak about them.
Okay.
How did you come to starting strong?
So I began with restored for purpose, because, like I used to tell people, I think most of the people have heard my story. If you've not heard my story, you can go back and watch. Yes, go on her YouTube channel. You're going to see the story. But then we can't have stories. My story is long. I normally tell people that I'll one day do a documentary out of my story, so that people I can have as many episodes as possible. Yeah, so people would host me and I have 1 hour and
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So you find it's not enough time to really teach about everything. So I tried to put it in a book, so that even at your own pace, maybe you can give it. Some people don't have time maybe to watch a full video, but then you can get a book and you read a chapter at your pace. You keep on maybe reading 1 chapter at a time. Then also sometimes there are some frameworks which I may not be able to explain step by step when I'm hosted. So I first did this, and this one has it talks about the mistakes we make in relationships, because that's where my story begins. Yes, it has a little bit of how I grew up, but then the story really starts when I made the mistakes. And in that book, by the way, I talk about the 15 mistakes I made in my relationship. 15 mistakes.
You did many, girl.
Yeah. So, and if you read it, I know I'm not alone. So I'm not alone. I believe if someone reads them, they can see someone
relatable.
They can really relate with the mistakes. Then now from the mistakes, I talk about how I healed. Because for you to heal, you have to first acknowledge the fact that you were really hurt. So I talk about the steps of healing, for all the steps, how you can manage the triggers in the process of healing, how you can uncover the root. Because sometimes what we go through, the exact problem that happens is not the cause. This is just
a sign.
It's just a symptom. But then there is a cause down. For example, when I look at the mistakes, some of the mistakes I made in my relationships, I had a father wound. I grew up without a father.
Oh, yes.
My brother was a father figure up
But he
to
can never
around
be a father, you know.
yeah, but he's still up to around senior 4
Mm.
when I was in senior 4. Then now when he married, of course,
Yeah.
naturally, not in a bad way, he did his best. But
Mm.
even when he married, yes, he would once in a while come,
Mm.
but he got busy also with his family.
Mm.
So I had that father wound, and then now when I would get a male, like a male figure in my life,
Oh,
and
you wanted to hold and cling on them.
yes, and even I would expect my boyfriends to really love me with the unconditional love, which the unconditional love you can give from
even when you do wrong,
hey,
you have to be there.
Yes. So now when you look at the issues that happened in my relationship, it's not just about the relationship, but they go back to my upbringing and what happened when I was young. So when you're healing, you have to uncover the root. You go to the root cause. Otherwise, the patterns will keep on repeating. Yes. Then from there now, some of us we have issues with forgiveness. And one of the main things you need in healing is forgiveness. And forgiveness is not for the other person. Some people are like, if I forgive, they will think they didn't hurt me.
Yes.
They're the ones who they need to come and apologize.
No. You're waiting for them to apologize. Hey.
You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. You find sometimes, okay, not in a bad way, but like for example, mine, he moved on, he married, he was happy, he produced more children, he was doing well at work, promoted. And then now, from here, I'm there carrying, he hurt me.
He should come to apologize.
When he's there enjoying his life. So forgiveness was for my own sake. Like, it wasn't, he even, I think up to now, he doesn't see the need for forgiveness.
He doesn't need to, he doesn't see the need to come and say, I'm sorry for
it was up to me to put down the burdens to stop whatever happened from controlling me. So I also talk about the steps of forgiveness. Then also sometimes there's reconciliation. Some cases, for me, my case, for my relation, for me the reconciliation was with my family because I didn't go the right way. My family was hurt because as a Christian they expected me to wed, and I started cohabiting, so they were hurt. So for me, my reconciliation was with my family. But then sometimes you find reconciliation is with a partner, like the same partner that maybe hurt you. So also talk about reconciliation. Then also rebuilding your life, because healing is not the end of the story. When you heal, then you have to rebuild your life. When you rebuild, like the restoration. Recently I was talking about the difference between recovery and restoration. When you recover, you go back to the state in which you were in. But then restoration, then you even become better than who you were. Yes, so I talk about rebuilding life. How do you start? How do you overcome the shame? For me, I was a church girl, and then everyone's, how can a church girl do this? How can the church? So I had to rebuild my life, overcome the shame, start, raising children, financially, emotionally, physically, everything. So you have to rebuild your life afresh. Then after rebuilding my life, for me, I found my purpose, because purpose is what keeps us moving. Even amidst all the challenges, if you're living a meaningful life, there's that fulfillment, which not even a relationship can give you.
I'm telling you.
Yes. It's only purpose which can give you that kind of fulfillment. So I also talk about discovering purpose. Then for me, afterwards, after discovering my purpose, it's not this. I want to first make this clear. Not everyone has to transition quickly, like from career or whatever they're doing into their purpose, because we have different callings and we are ready at different times. So if you are, for me, it was my time to transition, but then some people it is not. Like some people actually do purpose with career all through their lives, they never transition. Yes, but if you're one of the people who want to transition, I also talk about transitioning from career to calling, or from profession to purpose. Because, for example, some people, I got someone who wanted to transition, and For him, his issue was he's not being respected at work. He's not being paid enough. He feels frustrated. So I asked him that was just restlessness. He just needed time to refresh, to maybe to be given more motivation in terms of promotions, or maybe a more salary and all that. And then he's fine with his work. But then there are some people, sometimes when it comes to your time, when it's your time to transition, and you insist, sometimes you see like a money and you're like, let me first earn more money, let me persist. It can come in form of frustration. So you have to differentiate between root frustration, which is pushing you into calling, and then restlessness. Then also now you have to also look at what am I? If it is restlessness, you don't have any plan B. Like even when you have plan B, you find your plan B is I want more money for this, I want this side hustle like that. But then if it is purpose, you're sure of the people you're going to serve. You have the burden, and it doesn't happen. For example, for me, my purpose started in senior 5. Way back in senior 5, I used to sit with young girls, senior 1, senior 2, and I would talk to them and I would counsel them. I was mama in church. So me, I thought I'm doing it because I'm a mama in church. It was my purpose. Like it was a calling. It has started. And it went all through, even at the university. Even when my own relationships failed, I would counsel couples and it works. And those now who didn't know me,
that happens.
They will, those who knew me, they will be like, if it is working, how come it's not working for you? Yes. And of course, people start, those are motivational speakers, what, but for me, it was purpose. Then after that, so if you want more details, you can read.
We are going to get into this book deeply.
So I also talk about now, if you transition, or even if you're still at your workplace, how do you live in purpose? You live in purpose every day. It's not just on a good day. And actually, even purpose, I've talked about fulfillment. Someone may think it's all roses. Even roses have thorns.
Yeah, by the way, you can't just come and touch the rose.
Yeah, so even roses have thorns. So there are days when, for example, for me, when I was really transitioning, there was that's a time when I was hosted for the first time to share my story, and there was a lot of excitement. People reached out, like everyone was. My story was trending, so there was that excitement. But then after 1 year, of course, my story.
Now everyone knows. No, everyone knows the
it's
story,
no longer news.
No longer news.
Now people know. So there are those hard days. There are those days when you've saved your money and the purpose is not yet bringing in money. And then so there are both good and bad days. So living in purpose also I talk about living in purpose. And then finally I talk about thriving in purpose. So thriving in purpose, it's not about, when I talk about, I remember everywhere I go when I talk about thriving in purpose, people think it's making millions of money.
Yeah, it's definitely. We were about to order something, right? That's when you're thriving.
No,
you have to order
thriving in that one maybe can be thriving in success, or I don't know how you can call it, maybe in life. But thriving in purpose is living in your purpose all the time. Yes, you find you have, for example, for me, I'm lucky that now I'm a mother, for example. I have to parent, like my purpose as a mother, my purpose as a person, as a family life coach, also works like aligns with my role as a mother. So you find
everything is pouring into the other.
Yes. So my life is really aligned. I don't have to struggle and say, I can't do this. Yes, I can do many other things, but still you find there's how my life is connected. So
and that's
how that book is. So how I came to write these ones, when I wrote that book, and I first thanked the people who supported me, people who bought my book, people who gave me comments, feedback after reading my book. But then some parents started asking me, this is Restored for Purpose is mainly for someone who has gone through life.
hardships.
You have gone through hardships, you have failures. It may not necessarily be relationships, it can even be work and all other areas of life. The principles are the same, yes, only that mine was about relationships. But when you look at the frameworks in the book, they work across the different areas. Yeah, so parents started asking me, now what about our children?
Those were
We don't want your children to go through what you went through, so what can we do? Then we have parents who even say, I don't even know where to begin. How can I begin even talking to these children? So I got now the books for the young children. I'm still working on ages 11 and below, because they are asking me every time I talk about these ones, because starting strong is really the foundation. You're supposed to give the child
a jump start.
Yes, a jump start before they really see life. That's the right foundation you can give them. So when I talk about it, people ask me, what about now the lower ages?
8
so
and words.
I'm still working on you. If you have a child, even last Saturday I had a speaking engagement, and all the parents were like, for us our children are still below 11. Yes, what do you
they
think
can't
about
go for this? You're coming
so
through.
some got this, they got this, but then this one, if you're giving it to a 7-year, they can't read it on their own. You have to read together as a parent. Yes, but then this is for 12 to 16. The language, the examples, so it works for them, and even the lessons are easier to pick for that age group. So it talks about family, because like I've told you, my issues were starting from my upbringing. So it's talk about family, whether you're from an incomplete family, like they call it. Then even people who are, I've seen people who are in complete families, like both parents are physically present, and they are providing money, everything's there, but emotionally absent. That also, it makes children to make mistakes. So it talks about so many things. It talks about
definitely the parents will have to come through to read it. Get your copy. This copy is at how much?
At 25.
This one is at 25. This one is at 50. At the same as
this
that?
is also 25. So this is for ages 17 to 25.
Before the
those
big
who are
mistakes.
this one is for upper primary, P6, P7, senior and senior 2. Then now this is senior 3 up to university. It goes up to 25, because I also talk about adulthood somewhere. Like for me, I grew up in a structure. I was in school, at the university I was on government, in halls. So when I came out, now life was hard to adjust. The adulting became hard for me. So I talk about that in this one. So that's how I came up with the 3 books.
Oh,
but
amazing.
More are coming.
More are coming. You're not stopping right there. Oh, that's awesome. So just to get in, what is I wanted to ask you how, literally, knowing when life breaks you, how to come back.
How to come back.
How to come back when life breaks you.
It depends on how it has broken you. I can say maybe to what level?
No, actually, I think breaking doesn't go any far. There is someone who you find, it's just a small thing. You think it's small, but for her or for him, it has broken them to the last point. So it is never to what point. Someone can sleep with different men and get AIDS. Then there's one who can have children with different men and doesn't have AIDS. Then there is another one who slept with all of them and has no child, no nothing, but they are still all broken. You get? So that is like literally all of us are broken. How can we come back?
Okay, like what I was meaning, it's not the level I was meaning. It's not what you can see that maybe that one is too broken. No, I'm meaning to that level. Like for me as a person who is broken, how deep do I feel broken? Because in one of the when life breaks you, it depends on the level at which you've been broken. Some people are broken and in 2 days they are healed, and the others take years. So, and like we said in our previous episodes, it depends also on the personality, someone's personality.
Yes.
There are some personalities, maybe like sanguines, can easily move on. But
Oh,
then you find a melancholy has to cry and think about it at 2 a.m. and so it depends on how you've been broken. But in all situations, it starts with you acknowledging that no one is coming to save you.
Yes.
No one is coming to save you. Some of us, we just wait for maybe a support system. My friends are not minding about me.
Yeah, they're
my
fake
family,
friends.
yes,
You count them as fake friends.
Fake friends. But if you want to be on a safer side, just have it in your mind that no one is coming to save you. And whoever will try to come and save you, that will be a bonus. So it will stop you from, starting to fight people because you feel, actually, it will take away the entitlement.
Yeah.
And you start appreciating whoever comes to support you
in that time.
in that situation. Then now when you acknowledge that, yes, no one is coming to save me, it starts with me. Now you stop the blame game. Because sometimes you say, that one hurt me. Every time my parents didn't do this for me. Like there are some people I talk to, and every time I talk to them, they tell me, it's because my parents didn't do this. Like the parents didn't provide somewhere,
Yes, they didn't.
And then she went and got a man, and then after getting a man, then she ended up getting pregnant and doing some mistakes. So they keep on blaming. It's because my parents didn't provide. And then now from the parents, they shift to this person. It's because I was raped. So you keep on shifting the blame to everyone. And those people are moving on with their lives.
The people who you think hurt you.
Who you think hurt you. But then they are moving on with their lives. Actually, some have even forgotten about you. They are just moving on with their lives. So it's after knowing that no one is coming to save you, then stop the blame game. No, it is you. It is your life.
You've also contributed some.
No, you contributed. You know, nowadays I don't just say something because if you're in a wrong relationship, I mean, you chose it. So it's not that.
I read that the news that is becoming hard. The truth is becoming hard, but it's
that's true. The truth. Because for me, I normally give my example, and it's not that I respect the people who have been in my life, so I don't blame them. No one raped me, honestly. Like whatever happened, I did it. I consented to it. So that was my problem.
Whether you were naive or nothing,
that was my problem. Yes. So I contributed. And then now when you check, you see, when you own the problem, you can easily work through it. Because you know it is me and me. I did it. But then if you're still blaming on people, it even delays your healing journey. Yes. So now after, we say the first step is knowing no one is going to serve you, to help you.
And
then now you stop the blame game. Then the third, you start with self-discovery. If I contributed, how did I contribute?
How much
did I contribute?
What
am I supposed? Maybe what did I tolerate? If I didn't contribute directly, what did I tolerate? What made me choose this kind of relationship?
Do you know, actually, some people don't contribute, but they tolerate what is happening, and they continue being heartbroken.
Yes. Then there is someone I know, she's beaten once in 3 months. But every time they beat her, I say, he came, he was drunk.
I'm also stubborn.
He was drunk. And one of the times she was really beaten seriously and had to go to the hospital. So when she came crying, and I was like, she was drunk.
Now you know, when you're counseling someone, you know it's going to be hard.
Yes.
To tell this person that could be the right thing to do.
No, you tell them. I tell them the truth. If you don't want to come back, don't come back. But I can't keep on sweet talk you when you're going through, like, it's your life. I tell you the truth, then you decide. If you choose and say, for me, I will always accept my husband to beat me. That's what an African woman does.
For Bachiga, I think that is love.
If someone doesn't beat you.
Is there any Mochiga who still accepts that? I don't know. Get to
Maybe.
the comment section and tell us. Are you accepting to be beaten that is love?
Yes.
Let's go.
So you go back to self-discovery. You discover yourself. What are your values? What did you actually? Why did even the relationship fail? Because the person you carried into the relationship determines how the relationship is going to move on. If you go into the relationship when you're broken, for example, in my second relationship where I went looking for comfort, I was broken instead of healing. Now I looked for comfort. So I carried myself like I was vulnerable. I didn't have standards because the person
the
was
bar
coming.
was very low. The bar was very low. But now, in between this first relationship, how long had you taken when you were just single?
Like 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. 4 months are okay.
They're not okay because I did in those 4 months I wasn't healing.
Yes, you are not healed, but it wasn't like
those
2
4
weeks.
months. That's the time when I was going to Butabika Hospital trying to look for help. But then I reached Butabika, I couldn't still open up. For them, they thought I was running mad. That they tested. Do you hear voices?
Yes.
So for them, they were doing their professional way of testing for the people who are losing their mind. So they didn't do counseling. So I didn't get help. I was still in that's the time when I was still in shame. I was hiding myself because as a church girl, people were still looking for you. What happened to this church girl? Then when they got to know that I had cohabited with someone and then he had left me with a child, and so I was hiding myself. I wasn't doing any healing work. So I wasn't ready for a relationship. So for me to accept this person, he seemed to be understanding. Yes, when the whole world is against you, and then this person comes and says, "Hey, this is just for a moment. You're going to overcome. You're a strong woman." And you say, "You're not an average woman."
Oh dear.
Hey.
And deep inside you know you're not an average woman, but you just needed someone outside to tell you, and actually we have these things deep inside us. The voices that tell you you're not an average woman.
Yeah.
And then you're just waiting for someone to speak it, and then you cling on them like you are the one because you have seen deep inside my heart.
Yeah, the challenge was I knew I wasn't an average woman, but life had said otherwise. So when I saw this person, I was like, hey, this one understands that I'm not an average woman. So he just came to comfort me, and all of a sudden he wasn't ready for a relationship. Yeah, I think as people who are together, I don't want to say he had his targets. Maybe he also came when he wasn't meaning to have a relationship, but then in the process he saw, because it was true, I wasn't an average woman. But then he was married. Oh yes, he was married, but the wife was in the village, so he had to get the languages. When you're two people in love, sometimes love can make even say what you're not ready to say.
You don't hear. There are some words that you don't hear completely.
So I can't blame someone. So I had to go back and look at myself. Which Arinda did I carry into this relationship? Actually, was I even ready for the relationship? What was the intention? What was the foundation on which, foundation of the relationship? So when you do self-discovery, it helps you to understand whether you're dating for the right reasons or for the wrong reasons. Before you judge anyone else for the consequences, did you date for the right reasons? What happened then? So then now as you discover yourself, I think that's the beginning to raise, to turn back and refocus on your life.
Arinda, I want like a time when you realized that life is really taking me in a different direction. After you've visited Butabika, they have told you you're okay, but then deep inside you feel there's something wrong. Maybe you're running mad. Like that moment when you realize, because there's some people I think who hit that time, but they fear to make a stay. To actually recognize that until say I've reached that point where I have to make a step for someone in between a heartbreak to actually learn and know, oh, this is time for me to, if I see these signs and symptoms, for me to step
to get back to your life. Because for me, life, I got to know that yes, I'm actually broken. When I was giving, after giving birth to my first child, you go and watch the full story. Yeah, after giving birth to my first child, when I came back to Kampala and I found when the father of my child had left the house, I was in the house alone with a 2 weeks old child. I had lost a baby. So I looked at my life. I'm someone who had grown up outstanding in so many areas. I was a role model for many. So when I looked at myself in a house alone with a baby with no source of income, because he had told me he's going to provide, but what he would manage. And he had told me how much he would manage. So I looked at my life and I was like, how did I end up here?
Oh, yes.
For all the people I've inspired, is this my end? So at some point, of course, I was discouraged. But then deep inside me, there was that voice which kept on telling me, this is not the end. You're still the other person. I would, even when the world would say otherwise, I still felt inside me I was something better than that. So even now, when I went into that second relationship and it also failed, I looked for a job and I started struggling around with my children. When I got my second job, I think the turning point was when I started mentorship. That's why I talk about purpose. Purpose is important because when I started my healing journey and I met my mentor and we started working together, I understood that I wasn't created for something small. Because for her, when she saw me, even when you check in the book, in the forward, when she saw me, she saw someone with pain, but again, someone who was carrying purpose. So when she saw me, for her now, she was a genuine voice in my life who would tell me that
one that wasn't going to take you for
yeah,
that wasn't going to get you
to take advantage of me. Yes.
Yeah.
For her, she was a genuine voice who would tell me. She would tell me what she sees, and again, she would show me that it is possible.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So that's a time when I also started, sharing on social media and speaking about my story, and I saw how it was impacting lives. I knew it was time for me to step up, actually. Even when I was healing, because I started mentorship when I had not yet completely healed, but then in the process I got my healing and I knew yes, I need to continue and impact more lives and speak for those who are not able to speak about what they are going through, and also carry a message of hope that it is possible. You can be up there, you go down. Life is full of ups and downs. Even if you go
when you're down, you know that you're going to get up.
There is a possibility of getting up. So don't lose hope, because it's still possible, unless you really give up, which I don't encourage people to do. Because as long as you still have breath, there's still a possibility of rising.
We've mentioned up and down. I've remembered one thing that maybe we can actually also talk about, the mistakes that most people do when they are healing, that we end up failing to heal.
You fail to heal. Like one I did, rushing into another relationship when you're not ready. Because you're a single mother, they've left you with a child, you want some comfort. For me, I didn't have money also, but I can't lie that I got into another relationship for money. But then I've seen some people who have gone into 3-4 relationships. Some people who even end up on the streets doing prostitution because they are looking for money to take care of their children. So those are more mistakes that you keep on making, because you go on the streets, maybe, of course, they said street people don't get pregnant.
They do. There's some who do.
Yeah. But even if you don't, still, it's your life. You're risking your life. You're risking your life. And may I tell people, sex is spiritual.
And that is even more breaking.
It's more breaking, because those people you're meeting, you don't know the reasons why they've come. Other people have gone. I've spoken to people who have been, like, have met people who are doing spiritual practices. Like someone does a spiritual thing, they tell him, for you to overcome that, get someone to sleep with. And then now you meet such a person, you already have your own problems, they are adding you more
problems.
So, I've gotten people who are almost sacrificed. because they are looking, but all in the name of looking for money. So all those are the mistakes. Rushing into other relationships, that's a wrong mistake. Then also trying to raise children like in a way, just because you've been broken, you raise children telling them all men are dogs, and that is common with women. Actually, I think men move on faster than women, so you find most women are the ones who are doing most of these mistakes.
Actually, the nurturing part is for women most of the time, so you end up the heart that you are having inside,
because the
bring it
anger,
out,
some
the
people
anger.
raise the children out of anger. You find they are genuine, even when some men, because I have to say, some men are, not all men are bad. Some men even want to be present in the children's lives, but then you find the wife, the woman doesn't want anything to do with the man. So with the anger,
it's an umbrella.
With the anger, you end up making mistakes. Where you make mistakes which affect now the innocent children. The other mistake people do is to start moving around, like you, instead of focusing on your life, working on your rebuilding your life, you now lose hope. You give up on life. Some people even throw away the children. You get your children, you take them to maybe the village. Actually, there is a stage where you need support. Maybe you're from a broken marriage, like the family has ended. You still need support. Maybe you're taking your child to your parents for some time as you rebuild your life. That one is okay. But then there are these people who throw
the children,
unintentionally using throw, because they take the children and they never even check on them. They never do anything, and then they just move on with their lives. Like some people even go out of the country and they start looking for money, not to support these ones, but you know, when someone tells you, like, there are other things, but all in the out of anger. So, and in the process, that's how people end up even getting HIV, or maybe making other mistakes, or even slowing your progress, because there are some reversible mistakes and there are some irreversible mistakes. Yes, I'm a Christian and I believe maybe HIV can be healed. But once you get it, it takes a lot of faith and prayer and work for it to be healed. If you believe in
and
them.
then some, we have a lot of doubting that you'll be on forever.
So because now when you get such things, you also lose hope. You make one mistake leads to another and to another, and you find, and also we need to break the patterns, because if I've gone through it, I don't want my children to go through the same. So if I don't want to get them to go through the same, it won't happen without my work. I have to make sure I'm intentional with my life. I'm intentional with the way I raise them. I'm intentional to be in their lives, so that maybe if for me I needed a parent's voice in my life and I didn't have it, then for me I'm present.
Create a voice in your family.
Voice. Yes. If I had a father wound, I get a father figure for them. If their biological fathers are not able to be in their lives. So those are some of the mistakes people can make.
We are actually carrying all this and still we impose it on the children. So we end up killing a whole generation. What impact did having faith do as you were heartbroken and even the process of healing?
Faith did a lot, especially when it came to forgiveness, because for me, I was broken and I kept on judging. I would say, actually, I would even justify the brokenness, saying, God, you see, he did this. You see, he did. You know, when you're in prayer, because for me, I grew up in church. My life was church. So even in those moments, I didn't really feel, even when I was doing mistakes, I can't say God led me to do the mistakes, but then I still felt his presence, even when I would do the mistakes. Because I remember there's a time when after everyone got to know about the news of the church girl, the mama who had gotten gone astray. They used to tell my mentor that I'm a sheep.
A lost sheep.
A lost sheep.
A lost sheep.
So the lost sheep. So after being people getting to know about the lost sheep, of course, people had their expectations, and I don't blame them because they had really, I can, according to the world standards, I had built a name. But as a Christian, I know God had raised me. It wasn't my power because I wasn't special. It was just His grace upon my life. So, when people started talking a lot, because some words were spoken by even people I never expected. Like you find my maybe like religious leaders, they're like,
talking.
Someone tells you, why didn't you tell me? Eh? You know, like they see maybe to them. I now understand the point from which they were speaking, because you know how you can mentor someone, you're there, you're praying with them, you're doing for, and then all of a sudden they do something and you're not aware. So, and even I remember when I was getting those relationships, I didn't even introduce them. You know how you have a pastor or maybe a religious leader, and when you're into a relationship, you
introduce.
But then for me, I didn't do that. So I understand, and they were right in their own way. So when everyone was speaking, I think I was left in the world alone, because even at first my family was not happy, because they told me, you know, a man will never respect you if you go a wrong way. If you just cohabit, they will never respect you. And when it happened, they are like, we told you. Yes.
That coward, we told you.
We told
hits
you.
harder.
So it hits hard. But you know, when you're broken, the truth even becomes bitter.
Very much. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So in that moment, I had nowhere else to run to. And unfortunately, it came at a time when I had even resigned from my job. So, you know, when you're broke and broken at the same time. So
you're broke and broken. Yeah, it's
so,
very
but
hard.
time will come, like at 2 a.m. when now the children are sleeping, and now it's my time to be honest with God, because before my children, I would try to be strong. But I would be breaking inside, eh? But you have to be strong for your children, because I wouldn't want to see my children to see me crying.
Yeah.
But then at 2 a.m., that's when it would be my time with God. So I would be honest with myself. And even I stopped crying outside, like when I'm with people, even some of my friends, you would find I don't have even one to cook at home, but when they, how are you? I'm okay, I'm fine. Yeah, life is moving. Yeah? So when it would come to around 2 a.m., that's when I would be honest with God, and I'm like, for you, even if I lie to you, you know everything. So
let me tell you,
we would talk as if
there's
know there was someone, and that was the power of faith, eh? Because that's when I would open up, and I'm like, you know, I'm broken. You know, yes, I made these mistakes. I ashamed your name and did all this, but I didn't intend to do this. Like, things happened,
yeah.
And now I have to get out of this. Now people no longer believe in me. Now this, so I would be honest with God. And I would say, I can't take it anymore. So I need your grace. So there's that peace that I would get. You know, what I say, the peace amidst the storms. Life is hard. Things are hard, but then inside you, there's some kind of peace that you have, even when you're still struggling to forgive and heal completely. But then at some point, you feel the peace. So for me, that's how faith now, it took step by step, because even to forgive, I was at in such moments, and then I had a voice telling me, now for you, I forgave you. You did this. People, I believe some people, and I'm sorry for the people who may have left Christ because of me, because I got some feedback. Like some people would say, if Arinda could do this, who am I? Eh?
That happens.
Yes.
You find someone was at the verge of falling, and they're saying, oh, should I do it? Should I not? Then they see you. You're like, even those who are strong Christians are falling. Yeah.
If it can happen to her, who am I? Let me go and take one bottle of beer.
Officially, we apologize.
We apologize. Yeah. So that's how faith now for me was involved. Praying, even at the time when, because life comes when no one else is there. Even when I had my mentor, yes, she was a Christian. She would speak to me. She did her part. But then there was some time when it would be me me alone, me and my God. And that's how it
And
helped
the
me.
problem is sometimes when like someone who was that strong, they have getting criticisms from these other people at church, where they have said that the 199, you can be having 99 flocks,
Yes,
sheep.
sheep.
Then one goes and you leave the 99 and
You
go
can
to
have
pick
100, then one goes. You leave
you
the 99, you
and
go
go to pick the other
the
one.
one.
But you realize you are the one who had left and nobody's coming for you. Someone says, no, I think this is not Christianity, and they have failed to pray to come back to Christ. And that, I think, that made it seem so easy a little,
For
because you
me,
found
I
peace.
understood that these people, they were not speaking because they didn't like me. Some people were hurt because of the efforts they had. Yeah, it was not like they had put a lot of effort in mentoring me, in raising me, and then I had disappointed them.
They knew for sure they have a girl.
Because someone would ask you, why wouldn't you tell me that you have a boyfriend? Maybe I would have sat with that person and so maybe what you were not able to see. Because when you're in love, some things you don't see them.
That
So
is actually something that
you would have
people should
brought him
consider.
to me. I would have seen maybe where the relationship is heading. Maybe so. It was for me because I was raised in faith and I had a personal relationship with God. That is also very important. We stop. Some people get discouraged that way because their hopes were in people.
We didn't have that personal
My
relationship.
pastor shouldn't do this. Yeah? There are some people who take their men of God as everything. So if you have a personal relationship with God, you get to know that even this one is a human being.
Yes.
He's speaking because he had trust in you, he had hopes in you, but then you've disappointed them. So for me, I think what I would encourage someone to do is to have a personal relationship with God. Yes, these other people, your mentors, your pastors are going to be there, but you need a personal relationship with God in the healing process, so that even at night where your mentor is not, maybe no one else is there, you still feel you're with someone.
Do you think these hard times make us stronger or they break us more?
They break us, but when we accept the lessons to rebuild, we become stronger. Because I normally give an example of these people who go to the gym. The first time you go to the gym,
muscle pulls,
you may even fail to walk.
Tomorrow, yes.
But then if you continue training, now you become stronger. So that's the same way I tell you, people who have been broken before. Some people may think maybe they have set, abnormal boundaries, but you learn a lot. You become stronger because you become even wiser. Yeah, because there are consequences. I think when you've not gone through anything, you don't know. You don't know that, even like when you've never been disappointed. Sometimes you may not know that people even disappoint.
I know, right? You be like, how is a heartbreak? Like, how do you feel when you're heartbroken? They're looking for a way.
I normally get that with the church girls. But he's a Christian. He speaks in tongues. So you find someone, he's trusting, like he's not even looking for any warning signs. Like he's going into that relationship blindly because someone is a Christian, because someone can preach or speak in tongues.
He sounds like she can sing well, she can do this,
she can worship and heaven moves.
Now, what would you say to someone who is actually maybe giving up on life? They have been broken. There are a lot of things that really happen like that. You're heartbroken, and then they're giving up.
No, don't give up. Restoration is possible. Me, I tell people, if I was able to be restored, then anyone else can be restored.
Amen.
Because for me, at my I don't remember listening to someone who had gone through like what I had been through. Most of the people, especially people who have been in church, when things happen, they keep quiet because they are still trying to keep their image. But I've really tried to be honest with my story. So if I can go through what I've been through and overcome, and then come and speak about it without crying, then it means you can also go through it. So if you have an opportunity, for me, I went to Butabika. If maybe at the time I was going to Butabika, if I had got to know about, okay, yes, I knew about counselors, but I didn't even have money. And by that time, I didn't even have a smartphone to watch maybe a video of someone maybe speaking about hope. So it is possible. Restoration is possible as long as you do the work. We've talked a lot. You can, as long as you acknowledge and you walk your healing steps, you are able to be restored. So giving up, as long as you still have breath, then it's not a time to give up. You give up when you die.
How much do you feel? How much? I don't know if it is how much. Like, how do you feel when you share your story? And like the whole world now knows maybe the mistakes, because most of the people, human nature, we want to look perfect. But it's even if we are breaking, but we are looking just perfect. How do you feel sharing your story to so many people?
For me, I'm not proud of my mistakes, but again, I'm not ashamed of them. Because I've learned from my mistakes. And why I talk about them, because I want someone to learn from my mistakes, and they don't make the same mistakes. That's why I've talked about them. I still keep talking about them. I've written books about them. I've done counseling, coaching programs, everything, so that someone learns from me. They don't have to go through it. For me, some people tell me, keep quiet. You're shaming yourself.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing. And you're still single, and then you're saying all these things. People might, and so many people who are able to even share out their stories that can help someone else who is going through maybe even the same thing. I will realize, you know what, you've gone through hardships and you've made it. I can also make it. I don't have to come out and share it, but also not criticizing one who has come out to share it. So
everyone has their journey. My role or my purpose may be to talk about it so that you heal. You don't need to go through it, or if you're going through it, you overcome it. For you, it may not be your role to go and talk about it. So if for me, my calling is to tell people and encourage them through my mistakes, because my mistakes became preparation. I always tell people how I had run away from counseling for a long time because I had done a science course, and I knew, when you're doing an engineering course and you think counseling is for people who
are lousy, who don't have what to do. And science students thought that us who did arts we are doing nothing. We don't read. We don't. You people.
Yes. So
now, Arinda, you've truly become this support system for so many people. How much you were when you were still maybe not seen what we could call before you seen so much, and even right now after you're still doing great. But now there's someone out there who is looking for a way to start. Just maybe one practical thing that someone who is heartbroken can do to start off embarking on their healing journey.
Understand that no one is coming to save you.
Oh yes.
And stop blaming people, because those are two things which normally hold people from starting their journey. Because by the time you get an opportunity to watch such a video, then you are in a better place.
Actually, this is a start for you.
Yeah, this is also already a start for you. You have hope. You're seeing someone who has gone through it and overcome it. So gain that right from there. You already have hopes that your life is not the worst. If you've not watched my story, you can go back and look for the story on the channel. It's there. Go back and look for it. Maybe you may think you've gone through the worst, but then I've gone through it. So stop the blame game. Know that no one is coming to save you, and start your healing journey. If it means reaching out and we walk the journey together, please do. If it means buying a book, if anything that you need, know what it is you to save your life. Start today and continue with your journey, because the best time is now. And have it in mind that restoration is possible.
Amen. Restoration is possible. Those who are heartbroken, you're right now in your bed watching this video, crying.
you've not eaten for a week.
Oh God, that does happen, and we are healing. So if you can actually contact anyone, we are here. We also do counseling, both of us. You're for family, for relationship, but then it still runs in. It still runs in. So you can share. Do you have a number that you can share?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can reach out to me on 0705 232311. I have coaching packages for healing, for rebuilding life, for reconciliation, discovering your purpose, transitioning from pain to purpose. And I do one-on-one and group coaching. I can do physical, we can do online. So you have no excuse. And I also have the books. At least if you don't have time, or you can get a book. This one is for ages 17 to 25. This is for 12 to 16. And I also have Restored for Purpose. If you really
the whole story and everything.
It has the frameworks for healing, rebuilding life, everything
managing
that you need.
The triggers. That one.
Triggers,
yes. You meet him, you were in a league, like a school league. You meet them, you're like,
you can't look at them, or you're co-parenting. It's also hard when you're co-parenting. You find you have to meet them for the sake of the children. But then now, if you're still broken every time you meet them, then your life, every time you see their call, your life is going to be on hold. So you have no excuse. You can even go in through the comments. If you have any question, you can write a comment. You can ask for anything. We shall be able to respond to you.
Hallelujah. This was literally a word of God that you said today. If you are heartbroken down there, please, you can heal and start now. Don't wait for another day. Start your healing journey now. The moment you realize that you're heartbroken, you're going to heal. Till next video, God bless you.